What's up, good people? Welcome back to my channel. I am very happy to have you guys on here. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Google Career Certificates for sponsoring this video today. Now, I want to make this video short and sweet, guys. I just want to give you all the tea, okay? I've been thinking, and one of the things that you guys know, I'm very big on like people making extra money and just being able to like access opportunities around them. So in today's video, I actually would like to share with you 5 high value skills that I think can make anyone money in 2023. So let's get into it. So the first high value skill that I think can make anyone money in 2023 is obviously content creation. I'm seated here doing content making money. So at least there you have the proof. Now listen, guys, we live in a digital age right now, and content is king in the digital world. So if you can actually learn to create content, edit content, ensure that that content communicates in a compelling manner, you'd be surprised how many doors and how many opportunities can open for you, and in different industries. You don't have to be an influencer per se, like you don't have to do beauty if you don't want to. But what we are saying is that if you're able to actually create compelling content, edit it well in such a manner as it communicates, it inspires, then doors can open for you. Now, this is one of the things that has pretty much changed my life. I keep joking with my friends and telling them that I see people arguing online and insulting each other. I'm just like, you guys are out here consuming content and arguing while people are building and making multi-million dollars in content creation. So one of the things I always say is that if you're not very familiar with something, instead of saying, oh, I'm not very good at content, or I've never done content before, you could actually look into it. It is quite a proven strategy and a way that I've seen so many people making money with. Obviously, you have to identify your niche, like what are you going to be talking about? Who is your target audience? Like for me, I do target you people who are watching me for the purpose of educating you. But in terms of a money strategy, I'm also targeting like, let's say corporates who want their staff to be trained, or even individuals who would like personalized training, or brands who would like to create awareness around like their, personal development products of some sort. So when you actually are able to identify like, what am I good at? What am I passionate about? Can I create compelling content around that? Then you have an opportunity to make money around that. Now, content creation is something you can learn from the University of YouTube. It is something you can take a course on. It's something that I personally learned through practice and eventually just taking a course here and there, some free and some paid. So I've actually been able to learn that as a skill, and honestly, it's making money. If you don't already know my story, I lost my job in 2019. I was working as an investment advisor. I had nothing. Then COVID came, no one is hiring, and I was stuck at home. So one day, of course, in between like my frustrations, I was still like applying for jobs and hoping like to get someone to hire me and all that. And I was very, very frustrated. Obviously, losing a job is not one of the easiest experiences to go through. My dreams were shattered because what I wanted to be wasn't like, COVID came and like, it's almost like the world stopped. So, never in my wildest dreams had I thought that I would actually end up in content creation, because I was a finance babe. I was an Excel babe. And that's one of the things that a myth that I would like to debunk, that you actually have to be vain in some way to do content. Which is actually quite a judgmental mindset. But like ideally, there's no industry where content does not apply. Okay? So one of those fine days after I'm done wallowing for months and all that, I was like, okay, as I'm applying for jobs and as I'm waiting for an opportunity to open, since everyone was home and everyone was baking banana breads on Instagram and on YouTube, I decided, you know what, I have this head knowledge. I know what how to invest in Kenya and where to put your money, how to grow and multiply it. I was like, oh, I'm going to start doing 5-minute videos on my Instagram. Then it was like IGTV, not Reels. And I was just like, I'm going to be doing 5-minute videos every Friday. And I call that segment like Finance Fridays. And I just kind of like started doing like nuggets, short things like this is how you choose a bank or this is how you choose a money market fund. And guys, it took me quite a number of months to like get a hang of it. But let me tell you, people were consuming that content. And eventually, as people started interacting with the content, I started realizing, oh, there is a gap. And like people don't have this information at their fingertips. And I would like to create content that makes financial literacy simple, accessible, and like understandable, jargon-free kind of content. And I mean, the rest is history. I've been able to grow an amazing platform on Instagram and this community here on YouTube. I've been able to make good amounts of money, make connections, and now I run a fully fledged virtual business where I do coaching, consulting, and even this content creation. So if that hasn't already told you that you can make money from content creation, you really, really can. So you just need to figure out, and that's your homework, how to actually get it done. And as I've told you, there's quite a number of resources online. So that is the first high value skill that I honestly think can make anyone money. The second high value skill that I honestly believe can make anyone money in 2023 and beyond is sales and marketing skills. Now, I know you're probably listening to me, and especially if you're Kenyan and you hear sales and marketing, you're probably imagining these people who walk around the streets trying to sell you insurance or, maybe some wellness products. Listen, give me a chance. Sales and marketing isn't just about tamaking around peddling products and services. For me, sales and marketing really is about learning how to package something and how to communicate it in such a way that it is convincing. You could literally convince any total stranger to buy that product or service. On a personal level, sales and marketing is the art of being able to sell yourself. I know so many people who are good at something, like they're a good cook, they're a good photographer, they're a good orator, they're a good writer. They know it, but they cannot convince anyone that they can do it. Like, the way you just like you're brimming with talent and with gifts and with skills, but you cannot get into a room and convince someone that you're truly good at that thing and for them to give you a chance. So you need to learn how to sell. So many of you can make like the most amazing cakes. You can knit the most amazing yarn. Like you can do amazing things with your hand. You're very creative. But the only reason why you've not been able to make money from that is because you do not have the art to sell and to market and to package and to communicate it in a compelling manner. And so you're pretty much stuck with your talent, but it's not making you any money. So learning how to talk about yourself, learning how to talk about a service or a product and be able to convince someone to buy it is an art. And it is an art that will make you money. So sales is also about like building relationships, connecting with people. And that is also something that I've actually had to learn. I remember when I started my business, one of the things that would stress me out is thinking that I will actually have to convince a brand or I'll have to convince a company that, oh yeah, guys, you know what? I'm actually really, really good at this thing. Please give me a chance. A lot of people do not know how to do that. Now, I'll give you one of the tips I've learned in my own journey that I wish more people would apply. So you have a product, you have a service, you have papers, you're a good developer, etc. But then you see, that's all you have, word of mouth. Like you can only just tell someone. While if you're not gifted in that area, because one of the things that I wasn't gifted in is being able to, I struggle with a lot of like imposter syndrome and self-doubt. So like sometimes I would want to convince you, but I'm not even sure myself that I am that good. So one of the tips that I applied was actually starting to, like, instead of going to people and brands and telling them that I can, I can coach, I can train your staff, I can train your charmer, Of course, most people will be like, sure, so where have you done this before, etc. I used skill number one. What was skill number one, guys? content. Okay. So instead of begging people for jobs and begging them to hire me, what I did, I started using skill. Number one, I started creating content on YouTube. I started creating content on Instagram, and I remained consistent. So I used that as one of the ways of selling and marketing myself. So you see that packaging, being able to package like a topic and talk about it, being able to like create a resource, like one of my earliest resources, and I still make money from it, is a budget tracker. I was like, I struggled with budgeting, and I was able to ace budgeting when I created a very practical and a simple template to track all my expenses throughout the months and throughout the year. And I was like, oh, you know what? Let me package this and sell it. And it was, of course, very difficult to kind of like get the first few clients. But like once I got few people to actually like get the tracker, I would even text someone and ask them, hey, would you tell me what you're thinking about this product? And then I would post that feedback on my platforms. Again, guys, content, okay? And I was actually able to start like getting that feedback and sharing the feedback. So one of the, you see, sales and marketing skills are all about understanding how to maybe even use social media, how to pitch yourself as a professional. If you walk into an interview room, are you walking out of that place with the job? Are you? It's all about sales and marketing. So don't hear sales and marketing and think, oh, it's these people who walk around trying to sell. Anyone, and I believe anyone, I honestly feel like this is a life skill, like knowing how to cook and tie your shoes. You need to be able to communicate in a convincing manner. Selling an idea, selling yourself, selling a product or a service. That, guys, will make you money. All right. And I actually want to plug you guys onto something, a program, an online training program that I think would be beneficial for you if you want to actually access some sales and marketing skills, digital marketing especially. So yeah, let's jump straight into that. And this portion of this video is sponsored by Google Career Certificates. Now, we've just spoken about sales and marketing skills. And Google Career Certificates are flexible online training programs. And one of the courses that they actually offer is a digital marketing and e-commerce course. I would actually like to give you a little bit of a snippet into how the course looks like, just so that you can see how pristine the course is, how well run it is, and how practical it is for day-to-day actual real-life work. So guys, as you can see, I'm currently on the Google Career Certificates platform, specifically at the digital marketing and e-commerce course. Obviously, for someone who makes their money online and works online, this is such an important skill to have. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to kind of like show you guys snippets, a little something on what the course looks like in case you are curious. Obviously, week 1 is all about introductions. As I told you guys, you do not need any prior experience. So they really do start from scratch, from the basics. And I really love that. By the time, of course, you get into like week 3, you're really in the deep end and you're learning like practical, applicable skills for the day-to-day work environment. So things like obviously knowing how to create a digital marketing strategy. How do you actually reach and attract customers online? How do you even engage them through social media and email marketing? I really, really love that, like quite practical day-to-day application. And I love that. Another one of my favorite features, and this is really big for me because I'm big on baby steps, I'm big on consistency, is the fact that you can set like a weekly goal. So assuming you want to learn 3 days a week, you can actually select that, go right ahead to even select the days you want to study, maybe Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And maybe you want to do it after work hours, maybe at 6 p.m. on those 3 days, maybe 6 to 8 p.m. And you can actually add that onto your Google Calendar, and obviously you're going to be getting reminders. Another one of my favorite features must be the discussion forums. Guys, no one likes to be alone or like to try figure things out on their own. So I love the forums. You can ask questions and see what other people are talking about and discussing. I think that's really, really powerful. And also, obviously, here you have resources and all that. So as you guys can see, the course is packed. It is practical. There's a lot that you can get from it. Now, guys, this is one of the skills that I honestly believe that anyone should invest in having, because in the day and age that we live in, especially in with the digital space becoming very lucrative, it's an amazing skill to have. And with it, it gives you exposure. It exposes you to opportunities. So I would like to highly encourage you, before the year ends, enroll into one of the Google Career Certificate courses. And take a chance on yourself. Get that skill to ensure that you're actually job ready. And like, one of the things I love to tell people is that I honestly do not believe in anything like luck. To me, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So one of the ways that you should prepare yourself this year is to actually get these skills, have them at your fingertips, so that when some of these opportunities arise, you're able to take advantage of them because you were ready. So please, enroll before the year ends. I'm going to put a link down in the description box. Before the year ends, guys, ensure that you've actually taken that chance on yourself. The most amazing bit is that these courses are super affordable. They do not require you to have any prior experience or even a degree. So you can start small from where you are. So click the link in the description box to enroll now. The third skill that I believe can make anyone money is public speaking skills. As you can see, guys, these skills are actually adding on to each other, because if you have such, for instance, content creation skills, and then you add sales and marketing, being able to convince people to buy into you, into your idea, or into, a project that you're trying to push forward, you need public speaking skills. Now, what is public speaking? According to me, public speaking is more than just being able to stand in front of a crowd, like a big crowd, and deliver a speech. That's not what I think public speaking is. To me, it is as simple as, how do I communicate and express myself to third parties? So for me, public speaking can be, I'm speaking to another person, or I'm speaking to like a group of people, or I'm pitching an idea. It doesn't have to be masses, okay? Now, this, of course, has a lot of like add-ons to it. You definitely need to invest in learning proper language, if it's the English language or whatever language, like learning proper language, learning how to like communicate ideas and be able to kind of like participate when people are having conversations. I'll tell you guys one thing. It's one of the saddest things, because like for me, it comes a bit natural, and I've been able to like double down on that and really like focus all my attention. It's one of my gifts, one of my natural talents. Like, you guys, you've been watching my videos for how long now? You guys know I can yap and yap and yap for 3 hours. I love talking to people, and I love interacting with people, and I love communicating and storytelling, right? But I actually have met individuals who are very, very scared of talking to people. It's like when you're in a safe space and you're with your friends, you're like a chatterbox. And then the moment like you're in an unfamiliar ground, it's like language leaves you, confidence leaves you. Please invest and actually take public speaking classes. There's quite a lot of opportunities for public speaking. Maybe your friend is having a baby shower. Volunteer to MC. That's an opportunity to practice public speaking. Maybe your friend is graduating, and instead of like paying an MC, like, well, it could be like, it doesn't have to be big events, but like when you're in your friendship circle and you're trying to kind of like practice standing in front of people without feeling like you're gonna pee on yourself, or probably doing something like, fainting, or, you're sweating, you can't think, all your points have left you. Practice with your friends and all that, because you're gonna enter into an interview room. You have the credentials, you have the papers, you have 7 years of work experience. and you're seated across the table from someone who's asking you, please tell me a bit about yourself. What are some of the milestones that you have had in your career? And it's not like you don't have milestones, but you can't communicate. You cannot tell them, oh, in this year I did this, that, and the other. I was able to elevate my team from this to that. Like, really, guys, public speaking will save your life. I have gotten jobs from the mere fact that I was able to step into a room. And that is one of the things I encourage people. So many of you, as I've said, have skills, they have talents, they have brilliant business ideas and all of these things. But like, because you're very shaky, you're afraid, you don't know how to interact with people, speak or communicate with people effectively and efficiently, then you end up missing so many opportunities. One of the things I promised myself, as long as God grants me the opportunity to enter into a room, my goal has always been to come out of that room with a job, to come out of that room with a deal, to come out of that room with a yes. If not for any other reason whatsoever, learn public speaking just so that you can reduce the number of undeserved no's. So many of us get no's. No from a job, no from an idea you are pitching to someone. You're just getting no's, but it's not because you don't have brilliant ideas or excellence. It's just because you are not empowered and you didn't know how to communicate that effectively. So go online, guys. Today we are doing it quick fire. Go online and actually Google like where and how can you learn public speaking skills, because that will make you money. A lot of people make money just because they're able to talk their way into the deals or talk their way out of bad situations. It will make you money, I guarantee you. Project management is the fourth skill that I believe can make anyone money. Now, I know project management sounds very big and complex, but I honestly guarantee you that it is not that deep. For me, project management skills are about getting things done, okay? For me, it is the ability to plan, to organize and execute tasks efficiently, and being able to actually ensure projects are completed on time and even within budget. Now, obviously, this could literally apply in any industry at any given point in time. And I want to challenge you guys. Truly ask yourself, when was the last time you started something and saw it through to completion? It could be as big as starting a new company, a startup. It could be as big as, launching that Instagram page that you've been wanting to start. It could be your debt freedom journey. Like you're like, in the next 7 months, I want to ensure I've gotten out of debt. This is my plan. This is the duration I'm giving myself. These are the action points. This is how I'll be checking in and doing follow-up. Why do I think this is important? Being able to get things done honestly, and I know that sounds very it's almost like it's obvious, but trust me guys, so many people are procrastinators. They are professional beginners and they never bring things to completion. As a matter of fact, I always encourage my clients, especially now that the year is almost coming to an end, please look back at the goals that you set for yourself: weight loss goals, personal development and growth goals, money goals. And actually investigate, have I actually been able to bring this to completion? I feel like project management is by far one of the most valuable skills you can have in life generally. It not only improves your employability or you being able to even climb up the ranks, because honestly, if you are known as the person, if everyone in the office or people around you know that this is the person you go to when you want something done, this is the person you go to when you want a project completed, this is the person you go to when you want an initiative followed to the very end, then what happens? You get opportunities. People actually suggest, they mention your name in rooms where you're not even seated at. And honestly, it will just help you to be able to run successful initiatives, whether that is running a successful business or doing something that gets you to the next step, actually starting and finishing a course, starting a workout regimen and finishing it, deciding on a lifestyle change, maybe your diet and your sleep habits and changing them. Maybe deciding that you're going to take on a side hustle. Like, you become more successful in life when you actually learn project management skills. I love to look at my life generally as a project. From my relationships, like my friends know, like if you're very close to me, you know, like I love projects. Like I'll be like, so I'm very structured. Like, when are we meeting? Are we gonna be meeting? Like I have very close girlfriends of mine where like we meet weekly. Like we know, okay, every week we meet. This is what we are gonna be doing. Are we spending Christmas Eve together? Are you able to, like, when you look at life as a project, guys, take it from me, you actually become successful, because for you it's not just about like ticking the box and just doing things haphazardly. It is saying things through, being able to start and finish something. And as the year is coming to an end, guys, like, please, I would actually encourage you to go back to what you had, your intention for this year, those big dreams and goals that you thought were going to change your life. How many of those have you actually started and completed? I will encourage you to actually go online, whether it's a paid course or even some tips on YouTube. Get you some project management skills. We have so many project management software, platforms, apps, Excel sheets that will actually just help you to be able to set goals, follow through on those goals, be able to even identify milestones, like monthly milestones. Month 1, I'll do this. Month 2, I'll do this. I'll have this reminder at month 6. You'll actually start realizing that you're starting and finishing things. And if you're a starter and a finisher, you will make money. Okay? The last skill set that I honestly believe is very high value and can make you money is having research skills. Now, research skills are actually very critical to everyday life, not just in your career, but like pretty much in helping you make informed decisions about day-to-day life. Per definition, research skills, or rather having research skills, is the ability to find, to gather, and to analyze information, be able to evaluate it, and to use this information that you've actually gotten to create solutions to some of the problems you might be having. Now, again, sounds very complex, but it really isn't. Can I be honest with you guys? One of the things I can honestly say has really, really impacted my growth as an individual, as a young professional, as a business owner, are my research skills. And I'm gonna get a bit personal here. My life, the way it was set up before, my upbringing, some of the opportunities that I missed, or just generally, of course, because I grew up poor. I've shared my story before in previous videos. I wouldn't necessarily say I was exposed. We grew up poor. Never went to like an Ivy League school, didn't have clubs or whatever, where people learn these things and are exposed. And because you're exposed, you're better cultured, you meet better people, you get opportunities, you get better jobs. Nothing in my life. I'm actually the real definition of like, someone who shouldn't have necessarily made it, if we are looking at it from the perspective of all the opportunities I did not have. But like, I even like remember all the way back to high school. When I joined high school, because like I joined quite a good school. I actually went to Pangani Girls. Let's not get into that, but like I enjoyed my experience there. And from where like I was coming from, Mazee, like nilikuwa mshamba. Like I did not know a lot of things. I was very uncultured. And I remember like, as opposed to kind of like shying away and being like, oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to sit well. I don't know how to eat fork and knife. I don't know whatever. Like I was just like, I met rich kids from that school, and as opposed to being intimidated by them, like I was always just open to learn. Oh, this is how you do it. This is how you do that. And even through like my campus life, and now like even in my professional life, I'm one person who is resourceful. Like I'm like, if I have an internet connection and there is information on the internet, I have this ability to be able to absorb information, to take it all in, and then to kind of like get some time. I own so many notebooks. I have so many screenshots. I have so many saved Instagram posts and so many saved YouTube videos, because like I'm almost like a sponge for information. I will look like every time before I ask someone, how do you do this? Believe me, I've asked Google. Okay, believe me, I've already gone online and I've gotten a bit of data. And this is one of the things that I'm always like, we unfortunately are such a lazy generation for some of us, because like most people just want to go on someone's Instagram or just, like ask, oh, how do you do this? I'm like, but have you actually gone online and Googled it? Like, have you actually gone online and tried to find a resource? Have you gone online and tried to find even content? Have you spoken to someone? Have you asked someone, like in terms of like, not just like just saying, oh, I don't know how to do it, but have you actually gone out of your way to research? This skill, I actually feel, has in a big way contributed to where I am today, because even when I lost my job and I was like, I don't know what to do, I actually like went online and I was like, side hustle, digital jobs or online jobs that someone can do. And I was like, oh, I saw all these platforms that I can use. And I actually went onto the platform, started learning how to use the platforms, Googled, how they work, watched videos on like what the platform looks like. And everything else after that, like even that's how I discovered coaching. That is how I discovered you can actually become a finance coach. That is how I was able to identify the school to take my coaching certification from. That's how I was able to, like, everything I know today, a lot of it I actually attest to, or rather I acknowledge that I've been able to do that because I'm very, 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 very good at research. And I honestly believe that anyone can be good at research. You just have to be curious about you have to be willing. You have to be willing to be a student all the time. You have to be willing to ask. You actually have to be willing to appear like you do not know. And once you don't have the pride, like I know it all, and you're able to ask questions, you're able to go online and look for the data and look for the information, you will actually find that you're able to access so much. Like I've been able to elevate myself as a person, as a woman, as a professional. All the skills I've gotten, I've been able to get them through research. Pretty much even looking for like affordable courses I can take, free courses I can take. I follow people on social media that have free content and free information of things that I want to get better at. So if you lack a skill, if you do not know how to get something done, you can learn how to get it done by getting research skills. And research skills, just like any other skill in life, you get better by practicing. So before you ask anyone something, challenge yourself this week, that, or even this month, or for the remaining part of the year, that before I ask, before I say I do not know, ensure that you've actually gone online, you've utilized your data, and your devices for things that are beneficial and valuable for you as a person. I honestly believe that, if we can all learn how to, research and to get information, because we are quite literally in an information age. You can get information about anything. So don't know how to do something, don't know how to get it done, don't know where to find it, don't use that as an excuse. Stop using that as an excuse. Just research. Use your data wisely. Become, someone who's like a sponge for information. And I honestly think that you will start getting money ideas. You'll start being exposed to what people are doing for money. You'll stop thinking in a very narrow and boxed manner, and you'll actually start learning things that you could not have learned otherwise. So using myself as an example, a lot of things I could never have gotten otherwise. Like I didn't get the opportunities, the good schools, etc. But like at least even to date, I'm still just exposing myself and researching more and coming home and actually applying that in my day-to-day life. So I really hope that this video was helpful and impactful for you. Please let me know any other skills that you genuinely believe can make anyone money in 2023 and beyond. I'd really love to know which other skills you guys think that pretty much anyone with no experience, nothing, can actually get, and they can put them in places where they can make more money and just have like a better life. Again, I would really love to thank Google Career Certificates for sponsoring a portion of today's video. Remember to like this video, share it with your friends, and also turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.